I felt a little disappointed when we decided not to, but then at the same time, I thought maybe it's better. Maybe it's the best choice. I just didn't know for sure.
And we will guarantee you access to the pond.
I think Kody's offered these two pieces at the very end of the road toward going out of the property to pretty much everybody that we know.
Maybe I should just trade you one of those lots for part of the work, or maybe both of them for like 3/4 of the work.
Now he's talking. You can see the wheels turning.
Hi friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. Kody and Robyn Brown's feud with Meri and Janelle about Coyote Pass and the money that is owed to Meri and Janelle is about to get escalated because one of their neighbors just put on the market their parcel, which is right next to Kody and Robyn's lot. The parcel is the exact same size as one of the smaller parcels that Janelle and Kody owns, independent of Robyn, or the one that Kody and Robyn own, independent of anyone else. But the price tag on this lot is shocking, considering that the family purchased their lots in 2018 for a fraction of the asking price for this new lot. Earlier today, news started circulating around the groups and on Facebook, and I got a couple messages in my Instagram that Janelle and Kody had put their lot on the market. And as I did some digging, I noticed something. The lot address is not the actual same address as Kody and Janelle's lot. In fact, it's a lot that's located up the hill. It's in the woods. Now, this lot was the same lot that Kody was trying to get friends of his to buy and would position it as, why don't you go buy this lot right up there? We could be neighbors, because the two lots that were right next to his 5-acre lot with Robyn and Christine was for sale. There was a couple lots up there for sale. Well, those lots eventually were sold and purchased in 2020 by someone completely unaffiliated to Kody and Robyn and the family. However, that person listed their parcel last night. The parcel is the same size as two of the Browns' parcels. It's on 2.44 acres. And the asking price is $425,000. This is significantly higher than what the estimated value that I had discussed not but a week ago or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when I suggested that this fight over Coyote Pass was like $1.5 million of a fight. It's not. If this person gets the price that they're asking for this could mean that the amount of money at stake in this fight is over $2 million. This will escalate the tension between Kody and Robyn and Janelle and Meri, because with that much money on the line, it would seem that Kody and Robyn would be more and more unlikely to give up their stake and their claim to the property. So let's talk about this. So about 18 hours ago last night, the lot, which is 9245 West Coyote Pass, it's right up the road from Kody and Robyn's lot. The lot actually shares the same well with Kody and Robyn. So these are the most closest neighbors that they would have that own something on Coyote Pass that is not connected to the family. Is 2.44 acres, and the list price is $425,000. It states that it is situated next to 160 acres that are next to it that are private estate. There are residential homes near them. It's peaceful and it's tranquil. There's multiple places where someone can build on this parcel. And much like Kody, Robyn, and the rest of their property at Coyote Pass, there's no utilities, although their lines are for utilities go up to the property line. The price on this that they're listing is $425,000. So I went ahead and took a look at this lot in the records for the properties, And their neighbor purchased this property back in 2020 for $234,000. So the price of this is significantly higher than what they purchased their lot for in 2020. The Browns lots, which are not in the hill, which are not on a hill, and the two smaller parcels are not in the trees, were purchased by Kody, Janelle, and the group in 2018. And Janelle and Kody's lot, that's the same size, was the purchase price in 2018 was 180,000. So in the scope of a couple years, the price increased significantly, and this should be expected because pricing in Flagstaff is extremely high. Even lots are extremely high. I know it sounds wild. And this area, despite Kody and Robyn and the family not building there, other neighbors have built in this development. In fact, one of the homes that was built is an Airbnb. So you can actually stay and rent the home on Coyote Pass, but it's not at all affiliated with the Brown family. So if we use this as a benchmark, and again, this is the list price, it's not actually what the sales price is, but pretty commonly in Flagstaff, they're seeing sales of properties going at or above the list price currently. It means that they're selling this property at $174,000 per acre. $174,180 per acre. The Browns own nearly 15 acres. I think it's like 14.48 or something like that. Let's just go to 14 and a half. That means the total amount that if they were to sell this, this would be an appraisal that they could use. They could use this as a comparable sale because it's in the same development. It's the only difference is that it's up the hill and it's in the woods. But Kody and Robyn have part of their property in the woods, and the woods don't necessarily guarantee that the price point would be that much different. In fact, when these properties were on the market, they all had pretty comparable sales prices. That means that they could list, if they use that as a benchmark, all the different properties together for $2.5 million. Because Kody's name is on every parcel, he will walk away with a ton of money. And the reason I think he's delaying this is because under the law, he does not legally have to give anything away to Meri or Janelle, unless they were to file a lawsuit and show that the money came from a joint account. They would have to do something, initiate something to force a sale at this point. Right now, there has been no lawsuits filed. But under the current structure, he's going to be able to walk away. If they sold it as is with this is the list price, he could get close to $1.8 million if they sold each lot at $174,000. So if you're Kody and Robyn and you've spent all these years crafting and perfecting your swindling, you have no incentive to actually work with Janelle and Meri to give them what's rightfully theirs. However, Janelle and Meri could use this current sale and this list price as motivation to get them further pushed to get this sold and to get a lawsuit involved here. The lots they have been sitting on for nearly 7 years. Right now, Kody and Robyn, if they wanted to, could seriously not even have to talk to Janelle and Meri, and they could put 2 of their lots on the market with no questions asked. Under the current structure of the way the deeds are, they could list one lot that has 5.16 acres and another lot that has 2.42 acres. And Meri and Janelle are only entitled to those other parcels. And Meri's actually only entitled to a third of one of the parcels. So even if they leave out the lots with Janelle and Meri, Kody and Robyn could easily walk away with a ton of money and not even have to include them. The list price here, I think, is important because they've all been fighting about what the value is of this property. They've been fighting about what the appraised value is. They haven't been wanting to get an appraiser out. So say the sale goes through. Then Janelle and Meri literally have something documented that this is what it's worth per acre. This is a comparable sale in our area. They should get their butts in gear because Kody and Robyn could theoretically walk away with nearly 75% of the funds here if they do nothing. And then this would make them rich. Kody and Robyn would be able to steal what a lot of people have in less than they have in their retirement fund. Think of that. Like if they sold and they got 1.8 million out of this, there's a lot of people out there that have way less than that in their retirement. They're going to be walking away with so much money that they're not going to do anything. They're not going to play nice. And it's still so confusing to me that after all of these years, they have not filed a lawsuit or they haven't gotten anything involved. I mean, there's been no surveys done, there's been no permits pulled, because all of that you can find on the Coconino County's websites. There's no new listings. All they can go on is that Kody has said that it's his property, right? And we know that in polygamy, what he's doing is normal. I mean, he's not a quote unquote polygamist anymore, but this is a guy that he believes that the money is his and they're the ones that left the family because in their eyes, they're the ones that gave up, not them. They left him, so they gave up, so they're leaving. They get to keep the money. And he set it up so perfectly. And now that you know how out of control Robyn's spending is and Kody's spending, do you think two people that are career con artists and swindlers and shopaholics and narcissists are going to give up the possibility to get a perfect con on in front of millions of people and not rip off everyone that's involved, Janelle and Meri, because they've already set it up perfectly that they could. So if I were Janelle and Meri, what I would do is I would use this listing by their neighbors as motivation to contact a lawyer to discuss initiating of some sort of lawsuit. They can treat this as a business, right? They could treat this as the dissolution of a business instead of a family and try to put together and piece together the payments on these properties and the payoffs of the properties to see how all of the payments went. And if they have the documentation to prove that this all came from joint money and that Kody and Robyn stole from them and that they're entitled to an equitable amount of this property, like it should be divided X amount of ways, whether it's divided by 3 or divided by 4, and then initiate the lawsuit. Because you at this point don't want to force a sale, because if you force a sale, Kody and Robyn do not have to comply. They don't have to give them an equal amount. They don't have to give them any proceeds of the properties that they own without their names on it. They need to file a lawsuit. Part of me thinks that the one aspect holding them back is the show. Christine has filed a lawsuit against Kody for child support. But if they were to file a lawsuit over Coyote Pass, what else unites them to even have any sort of contact with? Are they intentionally not moving forward on a lawsuit because if they have nothing to fight about with Coyote Pass, there's no storyline to unify them all together? This is the only left storyline that they have is Coyote Pass. Christine has zero contact with Kody and Robyn. Her storyline doesn't intersect with them outside of her suing Kody now for child support. But if you actually get rid of Coyote Pass, all ties are off and the show is basically over. And with the way that this season is moving and how there's supposed to be like the next batch coming up, I don't know when, this spring it says, so it has to be sometime in March, April, or May. With the next batch of episodes coming up, we already know based on what Meri has said that the Coyote Pass stuff will not be resolved this season. So how many more seasons can this family have of a show where they're not a family anymore? And how many of the people are going to continue to tune in knowing that Kody and Robyn are continuing to use the show to abuse the women financially? The intensification and the stakes here are escalating to a point where there's so much money on the line. There's zero reason for them not to do something and involve lawyers. A lot of people don't like to involve lawyers because they get such a big amount of the money, right? And lawsuits takes forever to hammer out. They can take years in the court to even get through and to end. But initiating can also provoke settlements. And if you initiate the lawsuit, they could push Kody and Robyn to settle. Even if legally speaking, they can't claim those lots, it could force a settlement because maybe Kody and Robyn don't want to deal with a lawsuit. You never know. But the stakes are high. The feuds are escalating. Janelle and Meri have every reason now and every motivation now to actually get going. And on the flip side, Kody and Robyn have every reason to sit on it for as long as possible and to wear them out until they just walk away and give up. And I think that's what he's doing at this point. He's just waiting for them to give up and to wave their white flags because they don't want to deal with his narcissistic abuse anymore. So, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think the neighbor's plot will sell at that list price? Are you local in Flagstaff? Have you seen properties go for this amount? I've seen lots go for more than this per acre personally in Flagstaff. And do you think this will motivate them to finally file the lawsuit? Or do you think they're going to continue to sit on it so the show will continue and they have a storyline connecting them all together? I have so many questions and so few answers. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.